Rebecca, also known as 4Kids@147, and happy 17th of December. So let's have a look what we have today. Ooh. So it looks like we are getting a bit more of the guitar part here today. So I'm going to start with the black, just because it is in quite a few places. Probably not tipped out enough, and it's always good to get the black out of the way, I always think. Currently working on my front room project, has a lot of black, so I'm currently trying to sort of do the black when I first sit down, and then if I really get bored, then I'll change to another colour, but know that I've got a lot of the black done. It is a square painting, and it's really weird, but I don't mind doing the black on it as much because the symbol is actually a blue. So say it's a square, so I don't need, you know, the background to be black like you do on a round, because it shows through. But yeah, it's really weird how I don't so much mind doing the black because the symbol is actually blue. Anyway, I don't know if anybody else has experienced that or not, but that's just my little tidbit for what I thought while I was doing it last night. You'll have to excuse me if I shiver occasionally. It is cold today, so I've just come into my craft room, which means my heater hasn't really had time to kick in, because again I'm filming on the day of this video. I've got a couple of days off work for my daughter's birthday, so she's currently home but still asleep. So I'm like, right, let's go do today's video, or do today's advent, which is rather exciting, doing it on the day. I do like doing my little bit of this diamond painting on the day, but I don't know what I'm doing with this tray, moving it here, there and everywhere. Try and get these diamonds to lie the right way up for me. So yeah, one of the other topics that was mentioned for potential discussion is any other hobbies that you have, enjoy, might have. So hobby wise, I've always loved to do crafty things, should we say. I've always loved that sort of hobby. I remember as a child, my parents used to buy me something crafty for Christmas, always with the intention of it lasting me a few weeks. That was always the intention, that it would take me a few weeks to do, it would keep me entertained for a bit, and more often than not I would get it done, normally on Boxing Day. So it would get done the day after Christmas and it would be like, okay, great, I've done that. I just used to go through, had exactly the right amount of diamonds, couldn't do that again if I tried. So yeah, I always ended up going through the craft quite quickly. And then one year they did buy me a cross stitch. It was a cross stitch of my own initial, so the letter R, and that took me 2 weeks. So that was probably the longest. Oh wow, I've got exactly the right number of this one as well. I doubt I can keep that up. Yeah, so they bought me a cross stitch and that did take me 2 weeks to do. So it took me the Christmas holidays and then that one was classed as done. Let's do this J, because I think there is only a few of these down here. Yeah, so cross stitch, I did quite a bit of cross stitch. I still have some cross stitch. It tends to go in phases, cross stitch. I do enjoy it for a sitting down on the couch project. Quite often it's just where to then put said cross stitch tends to be my problem. It's a bit like with diamond painting really. There is just not enough space in the house. Okay, so I've got one diamond left on that one, so my little streak of tipping out exactly the right amount of diamonds has stopped, so I can stop thinking about that. And then I did get into, quite a few years ago, I got into scrapbooking. Absolutely love it, and that is what a lot of stuff in my craft room is. I got into it, my son, 18 years ago, so it was when my son was a baby and he's now 18. I did take a break for a year or so where I didn't really do any. That was when my youngest was about 2, I want to say. Maybe it was before then, but I know I did sort of stop doing scrapbooking for about a year. And I must say, since I found diamond painting, I've not done any scrapbooking for a year and a half. I've not got rid of anything because it is still something I enjoy doing. I just enjoy doing diamond painting a bit more at the moment. And the children are older, so there's not, you know, as many pictures to do. There's still a fair amount, but it's always easier when I always find it easier anyway when you're scrapbooking young children. So yeah, that's another hobby that they're probably my main hobbies. So they're probably the hobbies that I've done along with diamond painting, even though that's not been as long. They're probably the hobbies that I've done over a longer period of time, and have really enjoyed doing, and have done a lot, is cross stitch, scrapbooking and diamond painting. So they're the 3 hobbies. What else have I done over the time? Well, I've got a painting by numbers that a lovely company sent me, Winnie's Picks, and I do have another one on the way from another company, and I do quite like the idea of doing that. I do know that once I start it, I'm going to want to finish it, which is probably why I've not started it yet, because I do have, you know, I do need a bit more space for that. Either that or I need to do it in my craft room, rather than doing it sat at the couch. I could potentially do it, but I don't think the lighting would be as good, and I think needing a pot of water and stuff won't make that as easy, should we say. Sorry, I'm just looking. When I go it's because I'm looking for my next number. So yeah, that's something that I'm looking forward to trying. I'm trying to think if there's any other sort of hobbies that I've picked up and then maybe dropped. I did want to learn to crochet at one point, and I did used to knit. Not a lot of knitting. This was more as a child. My nan taught me to knit, and it was knit and purl was sort of all I really did. Didn't particularly make anything, didn't particularly work with a pattern, but I think I must have been It was either between 8 and 12, I want to say, but I don't know, I could be completely wrong. My mum probably knows better than I do. Yeah, so I was quite young doing that, and yeah, I enjoyed it. It just didn't tend to stick around. Maybe it's because I wasn't doing the patterns. I've always liked the idea of crocheting, but it's learning. I don't know, yeah, I could probably go and take a class, but then that's allocating specific time. I think I did pick up a crochet hook and some wool at one point. That was as far as I got though. I didn't get any further. Sorry, these AB diamonds are being fun. I know somebody did ask me, they're having, just on a little side note, they said they were having real trouble with white AB and picking them up with the wax. And they did ask whether I had any suggestions, and I must say it's the AB that gives me more hassle with the pen than the non-AB, so I think it is the coating. My first suggestion to try would be blue tack, to see if that works, but let's actually, while I've got the AB, I do have one of these pens that I got given or gifted with a recent diamond painting. Now they come sort of with the wax built in. They're not easy to just nudge. This is the first time I'm trying this, so it's as though it has white wax on the end of the pen, and it is actually, using it on these few that I've used it on, it is really good at picking up AB. So maybe this is what I use for the AB. The only thing is, because it is just all a blob of some form of wax or coating, while I'm finding it's great at picking up the AB, you can't sort of nudge it into place, which is what, see, look there, I tend to put a diamond down, and if it's not in the right place, sorry, I'm just dragging my chair over, if it's not in the right place, I sort of nudge it with the pen. You can't really do that with this because the whole pen itself is wax. There's no hard part to the pen to allow you to nudge the diamond. But as far as picking up AB coated drills, this is awesome. If you do try and nudge it, which I have done a couple of times because it's habit, it is leaving a slight coating of the wax, but it is more of a creamy white wax than a pink wax, so it's nowhere near as noticeable, especially on the AB drills. But yeah, maybe I use this pen for ABs because these are going on really nice. And there may be the odd one that I need to sort of use my usual pen just to give them a nudge into the right place. But yeah, if you want something for AB drills, this one's worked really well. Keep that handy. Maybe I'll flip between the two. We will see. Okay, what's next? 606. So we've got quite a few bits of red down here. And then we've got another section of the blue. Did quite a bit of blue yesterday, but we've got a bit more. So yeah, hobbies wise, I think that's my lot. In with the scrapbooking, I do have a couple of traveller's notebooks, but a lot of it I was doing layouts of the kids, and I did Project Life. So anybody that's in with scrapbooking, I did do Project Life for a couple of years. I haven't finished 2018. I don't think I've finished 2017. Most of the pictures are there, but the actual pages putting together themselves aren't finished. But I think that's what made me slow down a little bit on scrapbooking. I enjoyed the project life. I really enjoyed it. I love the fact that it picked up little different things that we did as a family. You could put in those pictures and you know, that maybe weren't so good, but that really showed who you were as a family. So I really liked that. But it just got so hard with two girls away from home. It became to the point where I wasn't really getting many photos. I was mainly saying, okay, kids, what have you done this week? Send me your photos, you know. And it just became more me keeping a diary for them than it did showing our life as a family. So that sort of slowed me down a little bit. But as I say, I've not got rid of my stuff. I did look to pare it down at one point, but it became hard on what to pare down and what not to. So at the moment I've sort of just got it to one side. That decision has not yet been fully made. And I think that's the main hobbies. There'll probably be something else, no doubt, that I've done, albeit for a little bit. But they're the main hobbies that I enjoy. At the moment, diamond painting. Diamond painting all the way. I do keep thinking of maybe getting out or doing a cross stitch again, just for when I don't want to be, when I want, because I can't just watch TV. But there are some times that I'd much rather sit back and maybe do something like cross stitch that can be done on my lap, you know, leaning back on the couch rather than sitting up as I do for doing the diamond painting. But we'll see what the new year brings. I just don't have enough time for all my hobbies. I think that's it. I'll be much better when I reach retirement age. Then I'll have a lot more time for doing the hobbies that I want to do, and also, you know, doing whatever else needs doing around the house, decorating, whatever else. I'll be able to fit it all in, is my hope. But yeah, I suppose that leads me on to one of the other topics. Let me just find H740. I only need a few of these and then we're on to the blue. Oh, that should be enough. If I can get them all the right way around. I do also use my pen to nudge them round, so that other pen that I was using probably wouldn't work well for that either. And then some 820. So we've just got this blue section up the top to go. Oh, actually, I need quite a few of them. Let's tip a load more out. So yeah, the other topic was in regards to winning the lottery. Let me just have a look exactly what it was that she said. I've had to screenshot the comment because she did do a lot of different ideas. If you won enough money, would you retire and change what you spend your time doing? So I see that as sort of the lottery type win. If I won enough money, yes, I would probably stop work. Not because I don't enjoy my job, but because I have so many things that I like to do hobbies wise and outside of work. I would love to be able to spend my time doing my hobbies. I would consider part-time at work. You know, don't want to lose the whole motivation, I suppose, of getting yourself up and out, and you know, work sort of makes you get going. I would potentially do part-time work, whether that be volunteering or in my current role, to make myself get up, probably. I wouldn't want to lose all purpose in that way. I suppose it would be something that would potentially, if anything like a lottery win happened, I'm sure that it would be a very busy time at that moment. But I think once things had settled down, then yes, that would be something I would consider. But I could quite easily fill my time with my hobbies, I think. Vary them up. Maybe even set myself my own little work schedule, but my own little work schedule in my craft room. Have the opportunity to travel, to visit places. Yeah, so I'd probably stop work. Probably stop work completely. I'm thinking, oh, it would open up this, that and the other. It would open up travel, and then I'm like, oh, okay, could be, you know, every school holidays while the children are, well, while one of the children is still in school, going somewhere different. Weekend breaks. Ah, yeah, work wouldn't fit in around that, would it? Nah. I think, yeah, I think I'd end up quitting work. I think I could quite easily, if I had the money behind it, could quite easily fill my days. Quite often I can fill my days anyway when I'm off work. I tend to find there's definitely a few days where it's all about downtime. It's, you know, I find when I tend to be off work with no plans, or maybe some non-fixed plans, should we say, I tend to enjoy some switch off time, some, you know, whole day of diamond painting. To me, that just allows me to unwind and calm down from the rat race of working life. But yeah, I don't know about you guys. Please let me know what your view is on if you won the lottery. Do you think you'd stop work? Do you think you'd change what you were doing? So I'm back onto AB, so I'm going to pick up this sort of pen again that's got like a whole tip of wax, because it did work very well at picking up these diamonds. I say it's not very good if you need to move, if you need to move them. But it, see, look, there's one I could do with shoving. Do with just nudging over, just a smidge. But yeah, if you're having trouble picking up AB diamonds, I recommend this pen, because this is picking these diamonds up great. And I've just realised I've got one next to that needed nudging. But yeah, I nudge with my pen all the time. It's amazing how much I realise I'm doing it when I'm working on a pen that you can't particularly nudge with. But you can sort of feel and you can hear that clicking. Sorry, my memory card saved just as I'm placing like the last couple of diamonds. That noise is the glue. So it's still, the glue underneath is still stronger than the glue on the pen, but that clicking noise is this pen pulling away from the diamonds. I like that. I like that for the AB. But yeah, there we go. We are done for today. So let's zoom back and you can see where we're up to. We get to really fill in another gap tomorrow, but wow, look at that. We actually get to fill in this one tomorrow. So we're going to get to see a lot more of the guitar. The guitar won't be fully done until we get to day 24, which is probably good planning or not planning in my case. But yeah, it's coming together. I hope you're enjoying doing your advent calendar or indeed your diamond painting, whatever you chose to do. But thank you so much for watching and I'll speak to you all tomorrow.